So once again, good afternoon. This is Radoslav from Solved, and let me welcome you to our second session of the webinar focused on innovations and incubators and how there is a possibility to utilize the expertise through digital platforms. So Patrick, I see you are setting the camera, so I hope everything is set. And we're very happy and pleased to welcome you today. In this webinar, we are very pleased to introduce our guests, and especially Patrick Lander from Energie Steiermark from the NEXT-Incubator, and also Santtu Hulkonen, who is the CEO of company Solved. I'm also representing company Solved, and I will be the moderator of today's webinar. And during today's webinar, we will look at how Energie Steiermark works in the area of innovations through NEXT-Incubator, how the NEXT-Incubator has been utilizing the digital platform Solved, and we'll also hear about some interesting new activities coming up very soon. And then we will also look at the specific and concrete projects. At the end, we will demonstrate some of the new functionalities which the Solve Together platform offers. And then we are very pleased and happy to have probably the most interesting part, and that's the Q&As. So I will also ask my colleague Andrea to provide some details about the technicalities, about how to interact throughout today's webinar. So please, Andrea.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so hello everyone. So if you have any question at any point, so please feel free to submit it in the Q&A section. You should see it in your menu bar, probably mostly at the bottom of your Zoom window, and we will address those questions either during some spots in the session, right, Rado? Or we keep them to the end if they would be maybe too distracting during the webinar. So feel free to post them there. Also, if you have any technical problems, so that we see if everything is running smooth for you.
Excellent. So please keep those questions then for the Q&A session. And first of all, I would like to now give floor to Patrick Lander from Energie Steiermark. Patrick works as an innovation manager at NEXT-Incubator. And Patrick, now the floor is yours. So please, can you share some thoughts about what are your activities, what do you do, and how you have been utilizing the platform for accessing the expertise to your projects? I will be also sharing my screen, so we have the presentation available. So Patrick.
Yeah, hello everybody. Thanks for the introduction, Rado. At first, I want to give you a short introduction about our company I'm working for. As Rado said, I'm working for the NEXT-Incubator program of Energie Steiermark. Energie Steiermark is actually one of the biggest energy supplier in Austria. This slide, you can see some key facts, like we are mainly owned by the government. We have over 600,000 customers and over 1,700 employees. And in our core business, of course, is electricity production and trading, also gas trading. We are operating mainly renewable energy plants, like big wind parks in the Alps, in the mountains, some hydropower plants. And we are also the power grid operator of Styria. We are located in Graz, so in Austria, but we have several subsidiaries in mid-Europe, like in Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and Germany. And beside our core business, this is of course electricity production and trading, we are also offering other services in electric mobility, like car sharing, fleet management, storage systems, PV, home solutions, and telecommunication. Because of course we have already recognized some years ago that the energy sector will change dramatically in the next years, so due to digitalization, decentralization, and other mega trends. And therefore, we need new business models and new products. That was also the time when our management board decided to implement or to establish an own innovation department within the group, and also the NEXT-Incubator program I'm working for. Maybe we can go to the next slide, Rado. The goal was that we want to do more in the area of innovation and incubation. So why we are doing that? The goals are that we want to implement, as I said, new business models in the company, new technologies, but we also want to expand the whole mindset of the company with the help of international cooperations with startups like Solved, but also with other research institutes and other corporates. And we have actually the ambitious goal to have the innovation leadership in Austria in the electric energy sector in this fight. Can we go to the next slide? And the question is how we are doing that at NEXT-Incubator. We think the best way is to bring new ideas, new technologies to a group is through cooperations, so through international cooperations. I mentioned Solved. We have a cooperation with you since more than 1 year, but we have also very intensive relationship with the Plug and Play Center, for example, in California, in Silicon Valley, which is actually the biggest startup hub in the world. And Plug and Play, they are introducing each year a lot of interesting technologies and startups to us. And we really try to bring them to Europe, bring them to Austria, and implement these technologies and service in our company. But there, as you can see, there are several other cooperations with startups, with research institutes, and other corporates. So we think that is the best way to reach our goals. And on the next slide, you can see how is the practical process we are doing this. You can see the selection process. Like in the beginning, of course, we use our channels. Like I said, the Plug and Play Center and other channels to find startups, to find new ideas. So we are sourcing them. Most of the time, it's over 100 startups per year. And we are doing some kind of first evaluation. And after that, around 30 startups are coming to the next stage, where we talk intensively with them, make one-to-one sessions to get more information about the ideas. And in the end, we want to have around 10 ideas, 10 startups. And these 10 ideas, we are introducing them to our entire management board at Energie Steiermark. So there's around 60 people. That's 1 day, and we are introducing the startups to them. And after this day, they decide, okay, that's a good idea. Let's make a pilot project with them. And that is actually the next stage before it comes to incorporation, maybe to a sales corporation or whatever. And on the next slide, you can see some examples of pilot projects we are doing currently. Like we are making maintenance of wind park with drones, testing environmentally friendly new hydro turbines from the US, and augmented reality-based software. And a very big issue, of course, in the electric energy sector is electric energy storage systems like flywheels, hydrogen, but all kinds of battery electric storage systems. So that's, there we are in several testing phases. And also electric cars, so dynamic charging of electric cars, vehicle to grid. Like electric cars are a very big issue for the electric energy sector in the coming years. We need, regarding grid stability, and we need new flexibilities to hold the grid stable, and electric cars can play a very big role in this area. And of course, we have several projects with IoT technologies so that we have a chance to evaluate our whole grid network, our transformers, more frequently and more accurate. Yes, and that was the first, just an introduction of our company and what we are doing. Of course, we can now talk also a little bit about Solved, what we are cooperating. In the end, I just want to say on the next slide, I want to promote our event. We have an event on the 2nd of April. That's called our first Innovation Day in Austria, featuring Plug and Play from the US. So it's about the topic mobility, sustainability, and energy, especially the vision for the year 2050. And there are several guest speakers, and we would look looking forward if you will register on our webpage. Yeah, and we are looking forward to the event. Yeah, regarding, should I talk now a little bit about our cooperation with Solved?
So yes, thank you very much, Patrick, for this interesting and exciting explanation about what NEXT-Incubator does. And of course, we'll be also very pleased you could a little bit tell about the background of the cooperation, how the cooperation has been so far, and what has been the main benefits you have been receiving, especially through the Solved platform. So please.
Of course. Yeah, Solved applied actually, I think 2 years ago at NEXT-Incubator. They introduced their platform, their service solution to us, and it was very interesting for us because there are so many experts in the energy sector and mobility sector are registered on this platform. And so we invited Solved from Finland to Graz, to Austria, and they introduced here personally their product more intensively to us. And after this meeting, actually, we decided, yeah, let's make a pilot project together so that we can evaluate their product. And then we were searching actually for a topic in our company. And at this time, we were searching for new IoT technologies in the area of risk management for municipalities. And we decided, yeah, let's take this topic to do a pilot with Solved. Maybe they can help us to find right solutions for this customer. And via this platform, Solved introduced several experts, international experts to us, which can help us in this issue. And then we decided, okay, let's work with these experts. And we worked then together, I think, for 2 months. And after that, we got really good solution from them. And after this pilot project, we evaluated it and said, okay, that's a very good tool for us to get new insights, new ideas from outside. So think a little bit more outside the box, and we decided to make a cooperation with Solved so that we can use their platform and their services more frequently. And since then, I think more than 1 year, we have a cooperation now, and we did several projects via the platform. So we searched, for example, for new maintenance software for wind parks. We did a project in the area of sustainability concept together. And also we used the platform to work with the startups, with the international startups and some other projects. And now the platform is getting more and more important for us, and we are using it more frequently. And it's very nice for us as I would say, yeah, also as a conservative company to get more insights from outside, new ideas from other experts. Because most of the time you're working with the same consultants. You have some kind of framework with them, contractual framework, and you're always working with the same. But via Solved platform, we have the possibility to get new insights, to get new expertise very fast from outside our box, I would say. And that is very helpful and delighting for us.
Thank you, Patrick. So, of course, we are looking also forward to the Q&A session. So there we can look more in detail about the specifics of this cooperation. I would like now to give the floor to Santtu Hulkonen, who is the CEO of Solved. So Santtu, please, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you, Rado. And so good afternoon, everyone. And thanks Patrick, also for the good introduction and also highlighting the key things what we've been doing together. And maybe just for the beginning, also from, let's say, our point of view. So of course it's been very, very exciting to work with the real proper innovation department of a top energy company, seeing and learning also from their practices. And I think there's a good fit with our approach with the digital platform, and then a very extensive expert network. And yeah, of course, part of the reasoning for the collaboration has been that, of course, NEXT-Incubator is using our tool also internally for the internal activities and then things they do only also without our, let's say, experts, but the primarily where we've been involved then also in the advisory parts, so we've been bringing then different experts to the different projects, and adding, yeah, as Patrick said, some, let's say, not that typical know-how, but something which you can only gain when tapping into certain talented people from different parts of the world, from different backgrounds. And I can briefly actually share my screen and just to show also, so I think you see the screen now, right?
Yes, Santo, we can see it.
Yeah, so here we can see actually the NEXT-Incubator platform, and these are some of the common projects what we've been working, what Patrick also mentioned, the IoT risk management for the municipality, what comes to the floods and landlines. The other one, Patrick mentions the digital operation and maintenance software for renewable energy plants, so mainly wind power, hydro and photovoltaics. And yeah, that was a funny thing. Even though we brought some international experts, I think the end result was that the solution, what was suggested, actually it came from very close to your hometown, Patrick, right? So even though the international people find the solution which they didn't know, which was very close to Graz. And recently, what we've been very excited is this lead the sustainability change, a bigger initiative for the whole energy company, that how company could transfer a truly sustainable energy provider. And it's been a very intensive work with the experts from US, from Europe, from Finland, from Austria, and come up with something which is basically not yet existing in the world. Of course, looking at what the other top companies are doing, but then adding top people from various backgrounds, combining existing knowledge and creating something like a unique concept for energy company. So these are I would say the main projects, and then there are some of the internal activities, but let's not go to those. So those are more like what Patrick mentioned. But as a short introduction, you see the platform here, and these are some of the activities what we've been doing.
So thank you very much, Santo, for also sharing the screen and looking at the platform. And for the time being, also, I can maybe a little bit bring some updates, because I know some of you have been using the platform Solve Together. Some of you are maybe new to the platform, so I would just do a very basic introduction to the platform, go through some of the basic functionalities, and also explain the idea of the white label solution, because the platform can be nicely branded and customized for different use cases, and as Santo has shown it already in the case of NEXT-Incubator. So I will now also share my screen and give some basic introduction to the platform. So currently you can see the platform Solved. The platform as such has three main layers: projects or activities, experts, and organizations. So of course the most valuable part comes with the experts. Currently there is a database of more than 5,000 experts from around 80 countries in the world. Not all the profiles are listed. However, you can currently see there is 1,236 listed expert profiles. And these come from different domains. So these are not only technological or technical experts, but of course environmental, societal experts, designers, IT experts, and so on. Because as we know, the sustainability challenges, they really need broad views, multidisciplinary co-creation. This way you can very easily filter through the database based on the text. So for instance, you're looking for expertise in mobility and design and policy making. So this way you can always narrow down the relevant search for the experts. And of course, you can look at the expert profile. So for instance, we have here also Patrick, and this is the way you can basically then check and communicate with the expert, see the connections, see under which organization the expert has been active, and also see the project where the expert has been active. So this is the expert database or user database or the community part. Secondly, there is organizational profiles. So if you are building a network of different partners, companies, startups, you can also onboard this network of all the companies and again, look at what solutions they provide. So you can very easily find the right type of a partner. And maybe just let's look at some of the profiles. So this is also how the profile looks like, and it brings you more understanding about the specific organization. Of course, there is also the profile of NEXT-Incubator. So this is more the community engagement part. Then the third layer is more the co-creation part. So where specific activities are being established, and this way you can very easily interact and communicate with your partners. So we can look at the feed logic. So I would like to maybe just very, very briefly share one of the projects. So just to very easily give you the glimpse about how the collaboration can run. So this is a feed, that's where the communication goes. And of course, you can share different activities, different posts, different files, and have the true collaboration on a digital platform with notifications, with the chat. The whole application works as a progressive web application, so you can very easily install it on your mobile phone. So if you go to the web browser and in the menu on your mobile phone in the web browser, you attach the application to the home screen, it will basically install the app. And as you could also see, there is the white label logic. So you could already see the NEXT-Incubator's platform. But let me share you how the platform can be customized to a further level. This is also one of our partners from Germany, Gamified Startup. They're a company which is focusing on growth hacking, and this way they can look and run their different acceleration projects. But as you can see on the left side in the menu, they can basically customize on their own in the admin environment different type of activities which they run and initiate. So for instance, they can rename the community to members, or they can also share some of the toolkits they've been using. For instance, for the growth hacking, there is the different canvases. So I can just share with you how also this content and different canvases can be streamlined through the video, which is embedded, or then through the pictures, which can be attached. So you can then very easily download this canvas. So this is also an idea how the platform can be very easily customized. We have some exciting new functionalities in the collaboration. Of course, we have brought, for instance, dimensions or possibilities to share the different profiles. So we are very actively working on the tool to make it very easily customizable to different organizations, to different networks, different ecosystems, and this way enable the truly digital engagement and co-creation. So thank you very much for also having the opportunity to present you the platform. I will now stop sharing my screen and I will come back, and we have some Q&As. So I think this is always the exciting part. And Andrea, maybe if I can please ask you to share with us the questions from the audience. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yes, so Florian is asking, but he didn't actually finish his question. So Florian, maybe can you type again? So what is soft? I think you didn't finish. So let's go to the next question, and maybe Florian, you can in the meantime finish your question if you would like. So the next question is from Gisela. What kind of selection criteria do you apply on startups from Silicon Valley to decide for the final 10 ones? And how did you build a team between Energie Steiermark innovators and the solved experts? So maybe the first one. So that was for Patrick, I believe.
Okay. So the question is, which criteria we use to select startups from there? At first, they have to match to our strategy. So we have a certain strategy at Energie Steiermark. So for example, we have some focus points like energy storage, for example. We are searching for new electric energy storage systems. Or we have the focus on mobility, for example. And then we gave this topic actually to Plug and Play. And they are searching exact in this file for startups. And after that, we get a list. And the criteria we are using is, okay, how far developed is the product? Because we don't want, most of the time, we don't want a very early stage product. So actually we want to use this, we want to test it. So that's the most important criteria actually. And also we are evaluating the team. So how is the balance between technicians, economic guys in the team, and also another very big point are references. So do they have any references? Is the product already tested by someone else? But as I said, the most important thing is it has to match to our strategy, to our focus file. So I hope I answered the question a little bit. The second part of the question was how we are working together with Solved.
Yeah, exactly. How did you build the team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at first we have to describe the problem. We have to describe the project scope. And based on this description of the project, Solved is searching for experts. And then they are introducing these experts to us. At first, we get some written information about them. We get information through their profile of the platform. They have certain references from other projects. And then we have actually a one-to-one session with them via video call. And after this session, we decide, okay, we want to work with you or we don't want to work with you. But most of the time, we get a very nice pool of experts from Solved, and then we can decide. I hope I answered the question quite well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, thank you, Patrick. So the next question was from Faisal. So glad to hear such intensive work with Solved. So are these startups still on a research level? I guess you were partly probably talking about it. You mentioned that startup pilot projects with them in the last stage of selection. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you want to have additional comments on this, Patrick. Maybe that's what you addressed at this point already. It was just about the stage of the startups.
Yeah, there are certain cases where we also work with startups in an early research state, because we are doing also some R&D projects, so research projects, EU projects, for example. And if it fits to a project of us in the research file, then we can work together. Maybe we get subsidiaries from the government and so on, and then we are working together in the framework of a research and development project. But for the company itself, for Energie Steiermark, we are always searching for not that early stage startups. So with a developed product would be great to test, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you, Patrick. So the next question is from Jesus. What is the role of government institutions and research centers in this project? What is the role of government institutions and research centers?
You mean in the projects we are doing via Solved or in our whole group? These are cooperation partners. We need the expertise too. So they are doing quite other research projects in the field of electricity, in the field of energy, in the field of mobility, and they have a very good expertise. And so they also can evaluate products and new services quite well. And so we invite them to work with you and to help us through the evaluation, for example. But most of the time, we are doing really bigger EU, so European Union research projects with them. And there we have different stakeholders. So the government, universities, sometimes startups, corporates, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next question from Florian. So this is more for you, Rado, probably, or Santu. So how does one engage with Solved? So this is in the direction like, what's the business model, subscription, membership fee? Like, how does it work when somebody wants to start working with Solved and the Solved Together platform?
So please, Santu, I think you're the best person to answer this.
Okay, thanks, and thank you for the question. Yeah, it's very, very simple, the model, how it works, that we have the platform, what Rado demonstrated, and also I briefly showed the white label of NEXT-Incubator. So the platform itself is provided as a white label platform in a subscription basis, so monthly fee for the platform. And then there are no limitations, so as many users, project activities can be have on the platform. And then the expertise, so that is purchased on demand basis in a very flexible manner through Solved, either as an ongoing agreement or one-off projects. And the model goes that Solved is making the contract, in this case with NEXT-Incubator, and what comes to the advisory, so Solved makes the contracts with the experts, and experts get paid through Solved.
So maybe I just can add, so it's a combination of a subscription model for the platform, also depending on the type of the cooperation. The platform can be very easily customized and set up. Potentially we can develop additional functionalities if needed on custom basis. We can integrate the platform with internal databases and system our partners are using, so the platform can be integrated through the APIs to any type of an enterprise solution or database. And then it's the on-demand services for basically buying either the project management or the advisory services through the platform. So this is how we work. And of course, we are very happy. I will share with all the attendees my email address. So in case you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to me over this email address, rado@solved.fi. So I'm very happy to explore the cooperation possibilities with you more in detail. Thank you very much, Patrick, for your time and for participation. Thank you, Santu. Thank you, Andrea. And we keep in touch.